So, very good evening, guys. This is Piyush Khandelwal, and I welcome you all to our own channel, which is Geeks for Geeks Practice. Guys, we are getting your valuable feedbacks, your valuable suggestions, right? Can I? Can you please type hi, hello, so that may I know who all are present over here? Simply type hi, hello. Okay, okay. Hey Zakir, hi Siddharth, hi Jay, hey Mohammad Arif. Hello. That's fine. That's fine. Hi Shivam. Hi sir, I love your videos. Right, that's kind of love we want from your side, man, and that actually motivates us to get better and better content for you people, right? Today also we have very special guest with us. The guest of the day is very special. You would be loving the experience that he would be sharing. I can say 100% sure about it. Hey Rana, hey Pranit. That's cool. That's cool. Hi Arbaz. Big fan. Yeah, I am big fan of yours. Right, if you are here attending the sessions, spending your time, like giving the time, your valuable time to me, that makes me your fan, right? Hello, Pranit. Hi, Aditya. That's nice. Hi, Anshuraj. Guys, you all are loving the sessions, right? Like, simply type yes if you are loving the sessions, so that I can bring more and more. Attending regularly, Siddharth. Yes, I know, Siddharth, you are attending the sessions regularly because I hope you are liking the sessions. If you have any suggestions so that we can improve them, we will definitely do it, right? Hey, Vidya. Hi, Manohar. It's amazing. Sir, I'm not understanding the problem. CP, sir, is there any way to understand the problems? Yes, there is. There are definitely ways of understanding problems. Like when you are not, if you say you are not understanding the problems, it could be a reason that the long problem statements, right? So you have to break the problems. And generally what happens when you will figure out those CB problems can be mapped to certain problems. Like the statements are there, the long statements are there to misguide you, right? You have to find out the gist of the problem. Don't get entangled in those statements, right? Hi Arshal, hi Sujit. Hey Debrun. That's fine. Yes, sir, we are totally enjoying the series. Definitely, you will. We will keep on bringing more and more, more innovative, creative content for you, right? Hi, Bhima Shankar. That's good. Hi, Arvaz. So we are about to start. Before that, I have again like the question of the day. Question of the day is a very simple question, and I will be inviting our guest of the day also. But before that, I have a simple question for you, right? A simple programming question. We will try to exercise our mind with a normal programming question, right? So think of it in a programming way, and think of it that if you need to code this problem, how you are going to code it, right? So all of you ready to get to know the question? So the question is very simple, like very simple. That you need to write a program. So don't think of program first thing, right? You need to think of logic, right? So we will be creating a program so that it will ask the user to enter three sides of a triangle, right? A program that will three ask the user to enter three sides of a triangle, right? So we know A, B, C are three sides. So we'll ask the user to enter the length of the three sides of the triangle. Okay. And after that, we need to print the perimeter of the triangle. Perimeter is very simple, right? We need to figure out the summation of length of the triangle. क्या ये प्रोग्राम हम लिख सकते हैं? Can you people write this program entering, like asking user to input three integer values, right? And returning the perimeter of the triangle. Can you do it? Yes, Bhima Shankar, you are absolutely saying yes. I agree, you can. Okay, Harsh is saying yes. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, everybody is saying yes. Harsh, Soham, okay, Keshav, yes. It's very simple, right? It does not. So can you write the comment like I have a function which is taking 3 arguments? What value it would be returning? What value it would be returning? A function taking 3 arguments like this. Let me show you. So I have a function, suppose like which return a integer value, right? तो C की बात कर लेते हैं. Integer, ठीक है? Perimeter of triangle, and it takes 3 arguments x, comma y, comma z. These are the 3 sides of the triangle. So what code it would be like? Could it be return x plus y plus z? क्या यही होने वाला है? How many of you agree that this would be the code? Yes, we can take float, right? I am talking about like the values entered are integer, right? The x, y, z are integers actually. See, actually, I'm habitual of Python, so I mix the code. It has to be, we need to mention the type also, integer over here. So it is going to be integer x, integer y, integer z, right? How many? So yes, yes, yes. You are saying that it is going to be, yes, we are returning x plus y plus z. Exactly, right? Okay, if you think this is correct, x plus y plus z, it is actually wrong. It is wrong. Okay, Anshu Raj is there. Exactly. Perimeter is not going to be x plus y plus z until and unless those 3 sides are forming a triangle. Any 3 integer values cannot form a triangle. I'm telling. First, you need to check. Yes, yes, Rantu, you are absolutely correct. We need to check first whether the sides entered by are like entered by user are making the triangle or are valid sides or not. If they are valid sides, then only we can form the triangle. And for valid side, we have to make the sure that x plus y should be greater than z, y plus z should be greater than x, and x plus z should be greater than. All these 3 conditions should be true, that each and every pair, the sum of each and every pair of the sum of length of 2 sides should be greater than the third side, and it should be true for every 3 pairs, like for all the 3 pairs. Then only we can say the length, the values of x and y and z will be forming a triangle, and then you can return the perimeter of triangle. Okay, I forgot to share my screen. Right? Can you see this, guys? We need to verify x plus y, it should be greater than z, y plus z should be greater than x, x plus z should be greater than y. Then only we can say that they will be formed. So first we need to check, then we need to return the perimeter, which is going to be x plus y plus z. Guys, got the idea? Exactly, Vidya, exactly. So I hope now you have got the idea, right? What you should do. So that is what I wanted. That is what my intention was. It was like, don't, like, you have to explore what could be the thing that is behind the problem, right? Everything is not there in the problem statement. You have to apply certain logics. Then only you can figure out. This is what happens. We think that we have did the things correct in our examinations, and still we have scored very low marks. The reason for that is we know that we are correct, but that was not the correct solution. Okay, here also we figured out that yes, perimeter is very simple. We can simply return 3 sides, like sum of 3 sides of the triangle. That will be the perimeter, right? But the logic behind it is, first you need to verify whether it creates a triangle or not. So that was my motivation. We will be solving more problems like this after the session, but we have the guest of the day. Let's not waste the time, and let me give you a chance to meet Mr. Shishir. Okay.
Hey
Hey Shishir,
guys,
how's you?
yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. So let me tell you, Shishir has been my colleague in Payu. Now he is lead, a QA lead, actually, quality assurance lead. So we will be discussing about Shishir, about his role with Shishir, about his role and responsibilities that he's taking care of in uh, he's guys, he's very experienced. Like if you have certain queries, we have him to answer your queries regarding the QA thing, that what is QA, how is it different from dev thing, right? How it is different from the software development that you actually hear, right? So Shishir, I would like to give you a brief introduction of yours, like what you are currently doing and where you are actually.
So guys, currently I'm working with PayU as a lead QA, as Piyush told you all guys. So my career is, my experience contains like total of 8 years where I have worked with the multiple organizations. One is PayU, of course. Previous to that, I was working with the DE Show. Previous to that, I was working with the Happiest Mind Technologies. So in all these roles, I have been into a QA quality assurance side, and I am responsible for the both manual side, automation side, and there are a lot of other stuffs. So we'll talk more about what is QA, and as Piyush told you all, like we will discuss how it is different with the dev perspective. I know that you are all guys are kind of fresher. You are learning. You would be knowing about the development side, but you don't be knowing much about the quality assurance side. Not a lot of people they don't talk about quality assurance. So we'll be talking about in this respect also, and we'll see what is the scope and
Generally
how
what
things
happens,
work
Shishir,
in quality assurance.
Shishir, generally what happens, everyone think that they have to be coder, they have to be programmer, but I can
Exactly.
assure them there are different, like QAs are also programmers, like there is, like Shishir told about automation thing. So I have seen that automating the things required the scripts to be written in certain programming language. So if you are using Selenium, right? Generally we use Selenium, Shishir.
Yeah, there are different kind of tools, but it's popular. Like a lot of 90% of people they are using a Selenium, Selenium with Java, Selenium with Python. So they have different bindings for different programming languages. But yes, primarily we are using Selenium.
Yes. So generally you need to know the certain programming language, then only you can make use of those automation tools as well. So it's not like the programmers, like QAs are not programmers. It used to be like like old days when QA things were had to be manual thing, but now QA is quite automate, like has automation has entered this QA world as well. I can say that, and
Mhm.
where you need to know the programming languages, you need to know those concepts, coding concepts, then you can automate those boring tasks of QA, and you can focus on other innovative and creative things, right? Am I
Mhm.
right, Shishir?
Yeah, exactly. So if we talk more about quality assurance, so first thing it comes in mind, like a lot of people they think I want to become a developer, so they have certain kind of a superiority complex that developer task is good, QA is not that great, right? They all want to become a QA, they all want to become a dev, they don't want to become a QA. But generally what happens is we don't know the other aspects. Whenever you develop any software, you need to have a quality assurance side. Without quality check, no code will be shipped to the production environment, right?
Exactly.
And if something breaks, it's the responsibility of a quality engineering to tell you why this is missed, or why this problem is coming. So you have a very big responsibility on your shoulders across the company wide to ship product which is quality wise good, and product it should work on production environment, right? Now we talk about like developer they write code, and we know that in quality assurance it's kind of previous, if you go 10 years back, quality assurance people they used to do manual part. You have to test your software, they will manually test, they will manually enter some values to the software, and they will verify whether the program is giving a correct result or not. But now things have
Okay.
changed because lot of thing is development side, a lot of things has changed. Development have become very rapid. Everybody want to ship product very fast in this environment. So you cannot give lot of bandwidth, you cannot give that kind of a time to a QA, so where he can sit and do all the things manually. You need to have something which is programmatically. In a typical scenario, in a typical e-com kind of a company, if you take example as Amazon, Flipkart, PayU, Grofers, Big Basket, these are all typical e-com websites, right? Every 30 minutes there would be a code deployment on the production environment. In each 30 minutes you have to verify your product, everything is working fine, and you have to ship it to the production. This much of, you know, rapidness has come into the software development cycle. So obviously, to tackle this kind of thing, you cannot rely on the people to do manual stuff. You need to have something called automation, where you automate stuff which can be done, which is manual and which can be automated. So in QA, you have to write a lot of code. It's equivalent to right now in current in 2021. If we talk about a quality assurance role, it's equivalent to the development role.
So see, Shishir, what happens? Certain of some of the students are asking like, what is the responsibility of QA? So I would like to brief them. Generally, what happens when you develop, and like there are coders, there are developers, like they develop certain product. That product has to go through certain type of reviewing, right? जिसको आप testing बोल सकते हो, उसको हम quality assurance बोलते हैं एक term में. Quality assurance means they are assuring the quality of the product, right? So that has to be, there is a team which actually works hard to maintain. अब मैं आपको बताता हूँ, I would like to share you why the responsibility of QA is more than the developer, because developer has to develop, he developed that particular part and push it to the repo, right? After that, QA has to verify whether it does not work the earlier working of the like products, right? So the things that are working previously to like before the addition of that particular new code, they should work as it is, and this new code should work like for what intention it was added, so its functionality should be fulfilled. First thing is that. Then there are certain if I take certain some example, like because we have seen those things, so there is suppose एक जनरल लॉगिन फॉर्म है हमारे पास, जिसमें देयर टू ऑप्शंस, एक यूजर नेम वाली फील्ड है और एक पासवर्ड वाली फील्ड है और एक बटन है जिस पे क्लिक करके हम लॉगिन करते हैं. तो इट इज वेरी इजी टू डेवलप, राइट? आई हैव टू राइट सर्टेन पीस ऑफ कोड and I need to hit a API which has been developed post request on the submission of that button, right? But you might have seen there are certain types of checks that has to be made, whether the username आप डाल रहे हो, it is following certain standard, like Gmail पर अगर आप डालते हो तो it has to be @gmail.com अगर वो है या नहीं है, तो एक @ should be there. There are different types of testing. So development is one step, but exploring it, how it can be breaked, you have to do, and you have to try n types of things to break it. Am I right, Shishir?
Yes, exactly. So if in the starting of this video, right, Piyush gave you one problem statement, like you have to you have to write a one function where it will take 3 inputs, which will be the sides of the length of the sides of the triangle, and you need to find the parameter. Let's suppose this is the task given to the developer. What he will do is he will simply return x plus y plus z. Now, this is not whole truth. This is half truth, right? If
Exactly.
you ship this code to the production, it might work in some cases, but definitely it will not work in all the cases, right? If x plus y is greater than z, if y plus z is greater than x, and x plus z is greater than y, if this condition will meet, then only the parameter will be correct. When this condition will not meet, your function will return always wrong answers. Now, being a QA, if you see this question as a development versus QA side, so let's suppose this is the problem statement developer is solving. What he will do is he will write a program. Okay, I will get 3 sides of the triangle. I have to return the perimeter. He will consume 3 input parameters. He will do return x plus y plus z. His task is done. Now QA has to think in which condition this program can break. Then he will think, and then he will find that okay, this condition x plus y is should greater than z. This condition has not met, and if this is the mandatory thing. So if you give any input which doesn't satisfy this condition, then your answer will be wrong, right? So in QA, your job is to think. You don't have to do much. You have to think, and thinking is the toughest job because you have to think in every direction. what can
Exactly.
what kind of a parameter user can give, what is the thought process of user, what he can do. He can do anything. You have to think on behalf of other people and then provide that input and then test the system if the system is working fine or not. So it's easiest job, it's toughest job. you know it depends upon the your area of interest. In development side, you have set of rules, you have set of tools available with you. You know that perimeter is x plus y plus z. It's very simple. You will go, you know the maths, you apply, and you are done with your job. But QA, there is no set rule. You have to just, for everything, every new product, you have to think differently. So there is no set standard. This thing makes it tough. This thing makes it easy. Both the ways. I mean, this is how you anybody can look into this.
That is absolutely correct, Shishir. So I would like to tell you about the ritual of this session. Actually, generally, what happens when we invite the
Mhm.
guest, we play a small game with them, right? And this happens with each and everyone who comes to, like, who attended the session.
Okay.
So would you feel excited to play the game with us?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Why not?
So it's a small mathematical game that we will be playing, right?
Uh-huh.
So like what are cube roots, right? I don't need to remind you, right?
Yeah, 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 sure.
Okay, so what you have to do is, Shishir. So
Uh-huh.
guys, we are about to start us. We are playing a small game. You need to focus so that you can figure out the logic behind it, right? You have to crack the logic. Okay.
Hmm.
So today it's quite mathematical. You have to figure out with Shishir, you also have to figure out the logics behind it, right? We will try to reduce that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Shishir, what will happen? You have to think of any number between 1 and 100, right?
Okay.
And you need to tell me the cube of it, right? Suppose
Okay.
we take 3. So cube of 3 is 3 is a 9, 3 is a 27, right?
27. Yes.
So you don't have to tell me 3, you have to tell me 27. And I will
Okay.
tell you the cube root of that number. So for smaller numbers,
Okay.
it's fine, right? It is very small value, like it is easy to figure out. So
Mm-hmm.
you can tell me, you can give me the cube of 92. You can give me the cube of 95, right? You can give me the cube of 86. You can give me any number.
Okay.
And within seconds, I would be telling you that whose cube root, like what is the cube root of that number.
Okay. So I have to calculate some cubes, right?
Yeah,
Give me a
you can
minute.
open your you can open your calculator,
I'm opening
right?
my calculator. I don't remember all the values. Let
It's
me.
okay.
Okay. Mm, okay. So let's do. This is the final value, cube value. Four lakh
Yes.
56,533.
4,56,533.
33.
Okay. So it has to be 77.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, let me calculate some other values.
4,56,533 it was. And the
Hmm.
cube root is 77.
Okay, 5,31,441.
5,31,441.
441.
Okay. So it has to be 91. Sorry. It has to be 81.
Exactly. Yes, 81.
Okay.
Uh, okay. Let me try with something unique number. Uh, okay,
Try your
this
best.
one seems.
Meanwhile, you have to think that how I'm able to figure out. Like, I would
Hmm.
also be asking you the same question, right?
Yes, yes, exactly. So let's try 29,791.
29,700.
791.
791. Okay. So it has to be 61, I think.
No, 29,791.
791, na?
791, yes.
Okay, it is 61.
No. Let me check whether
Okay,
I
sorry,
have
sorry,
calculated.
sorry, 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 sorry. It has to be 31, I think.
Yeah, 31.
Okay, that's my mistake. Actually, I missed it.
Okay, so I just wanted to know, ki, like this is a very big number, right? It's not like a 27 or 125 where you will eventually get to know ki it's a 5 or 3. So how you would be
Yes,
calculating this one? Uh, I mean, finding root with the normal process which we learn in maths. I mean, it is time taking, right? You cannot solve
yes,
using that process in this simple time. And
exactly.
there would be
Guys, I would
some
love to
common
ask
thing.
you, like, if you, yes, exactly. So, meanwhile, let us ask our viewers if they want me to find the cube root of any number between 1 and 100, right? So, you need to tell me the value. I will be telling you the cube root, right? If you want, or if you have figured out like how we can do it this fast, that will also help you, right? You can write the programs which can calculate cube roots very fast. Okay, Ishank, did you figure it out, or you would love to ask the question? Like by ears, I cannot figure like what you're saying, trying to say. Do you want to ask? Okay, okay, so 30. Okay, guys, if you would love to, okay, Keshav is quite correct, right? Yes, exactly. I got it, Keshav. Generally, why I am discussing this problem, let me tell you. This method that we use is actually being used by the programmers to develop uh, the programs to compute the cube roots of larger numbers, right? The logic works like if you want to find the cube root of a number which is like approximately 10 to the 10, you can easily apply these logics. You can scale this logic, right? So Dhruv has given one question which is 185,193. Keshav, would you love to answer that? The question is 185,193. Keshav, would you love to answer that? Dhruv, 185,193, because you have revealed the logic. Okay, so Keshav is saying it's 57. Exactly, exactly, absolutely correct. So meanwhile, if you don't know, let me share like how we are going to, like how we can do this. If you don't have the idea, let me share my screen with you where I did all this. See, generally what happens, you need to focus on these things like this. These are the cubes from 1 to 10, right? If you know these values, then you can easily tell the, like suppose you have this number 140608, right? We have this number. So what I need to do, I need to make sure one thing over here. You'll see the cube of 1 has the digit 1 over here. The cube of 4 has the digit 4, right? Cube of 5 has the digit 5. Cube of 6 has the last digit 6, right? Cube of 9 has the last digit 9. Cube of 10 has the last digit 0 here and 0 here, right? Only exceptions here you can see is 2. Cube of 2 has the last digit 8, and cube of 3 has the last digit 7. And you will see the vice versa over here. Cube of 7 has the last digit 3, and cube of 8 has last digit 2. So you have to take care of these four cases only, right? Others will be very easy for you, but we need to take care of these four cases only. So if I have last digit 8, I will have to go for the value 2, right? So now let me take an example. We have this 140608. So what I'm going to do, I need to see the last value of this, last digit of this number. It is 8. So the last value that, like, because it is going to be a two-digit number between 1 and 100, right? It might be a टू डिजिट नंबर जिसका ये क्यूब होने वाला है, ठीक है? तो लास्ट डिजिट जो होने वाली है वो क्या होने वाली है? बिकॉज 8, here I have 8, the value is 2, so last digit is going to be 2 only, right? Now for first digit, what I need to do, I need to remove the last 3 digits, right? I need to forget about this because I have figured out that it is going to be 2. See, now I am left with 140. So in this table only, I have to see where this 140 lies. 140 lies here somewhere in between, right? Between 125 and 216. So I'll take the lower bound, which is 5, and this will be 140608 will be the cube of 52. This will be the answer. See, Shishir asked me 456533, right? So when I see the value 3, I know when it is 3, it has to be 7 as a last digit. So I say it was 7. And for then, now if I'll ignore these last 3 digits, right? Shishir, you are getting this?
Yes, yes, yes.
Now 456, I have to see where this 456 lies. So you will see 456 lies here between 7 and 8. So 7 has to be the lower bound. So the answer was 77 in that case. You can actually write programs to compute cube roots of the number, right? And this is scalable. Once you remember, like you have the cubes of 1 to 100 with us, you can find the cube roots, like of you can find this for the number from 100 to 1000. You can apply this technique also, right? So again, like अगर अब नहीं समझ में आया तो I'm taking care for this number 4, like 531441. ठीक है, तो इसको देख लेते हैं. This was 1. जब 1 है तो क्या होने वाला है? लास्ट डिजिट क्या होने वाली है? 1 होने वाली है. तो I write 1 over here. Then I remove the last 3 digits. Okay. Now I have left with 531. 531 lies between 8 and 9 right here. I take the lower bound, which is 8, and 81 was the answer. Right? I hope, Shishir, this makes sense.
Yeah, that's quite intuitive. Like generally, when we should know all these tricks, because this makes your computation very fast. Let's suppose you have been given a task to write a program. If you write with the normal mathematical logic, then it will take more time to compute. And
Yes,
everybody
exactly.
wants, in this current scenario, everybody wants optimized solution, which can run in very less time. So you might be learning about the complexity and all. You will be hearing about all these things. So you want a low complexity program where runtime is very low. So these tricks comes handy when you know, and you can write your program which can eventually compute very fast. So this
Generally,
gives you
what
an
happens?
edge.
This technique is used for computing these cube roots of very large numbers. They apply, like the codes are written in that way only. That's why I brought this problem today, so that this my audience came to like just get aware of this thing, that yes, you can write the code in different ways also, like different convention from different thing from conventional approach. Similar question I have for every one of you, right, for today's session also. So after that, we will be taking up the questions. Have you ever wondered how the square root is formed? You have used you have used this function sqrt, right? If I ask you to write your own sqrt, how you are going to write this? Guys, the question is to you. You need to write your own sqrt function. What technique you are going to use? Whether you are going to use your conventional, the square root finding technology that you have learned in mathematics, would you apply that? And if you apply that, how you would be writing the program for that? right? So from cube root, I have moved to square root. Now you need to write the program for square root. You have to write your own sqrt function. How you are going to do it, right? Okay. So meanwhile, Shishir, we would be answering, we would be taking the questions. Arbas, this is very easy, like n to the power 0.5. Yes, I know. But you need to write the function, right? That square root thing. You don't have to use this power function because it's not there in C, Java. Okay. So Shishir, meanwhile, let me talk to you, right? Because you have given
Mm-hmm.
a lot of experience. Like we have been hearing of those things, right? What do you
Mm-hmm.
say? Automation. So I would love to know more about automation, right? How like people can get into automation things, like what actually uh, are the latest fields which the
Mm-hmm.
students can try, like give a try.
See, like if you want to build your career into QA field, so automation is obviously you should know in current scenario. Without automation, nobody is considered as a QA right now in 2021 at least. So if we talk about Selenium, Selenium is a kind of a very popular tool which is used for automation of web-based application. So whenever like we are talking in here in YouTube, YouTube is a web-based application. So if you want to automate all this stuff, then you have to use Selenium, right? It's not for a desktop app. For example, if you want to automate Excel, which is a desktop app, you cannot do using Selenium. There are some other tools using that you can automate, but majority of applications are web based, right? So just like a JDBC, you have to import JDBC for your Java. If you work with the Java, then you would be importing JDBC jar for your database connections. Similarly, there is a Selenium jar which we import in our regular Java based application, and using function exposed in the Selenium, we automate stuff. So there would be a function to open a browser, there would be a function to open a website on the browser. Using that functions, we write our automation code, and we whatever you do manually. Let's suppose you have to test something, you have to test YouTube. So what you will do, first you have to open a browser, then you will write youtube.com, then you will go and search something, then you will validate, okay, whatever I have searched, I have got the result which is according to my search result, whatever I have searched. Let's suppose this is a simple scenario you want to automate. So Selenium helps you with that. Selenium will open a browser, you can automate this stuff. You can open a browser, you can write a youtube.com, eventually search into search field, result will come, and you have to programmatically validate whatever you have searched,
Shishir,
it's
I
coming
would
to
love to
the.
tell you, I would love to tell you one thing that yes, you are absolutely correct. I have used Selenium for solving one of the problem, like which I used to face in my university. So what I did,
Mhm.
there used to be a manual uploading of marks, right, in the
Exactly.
software developed by the university. So what I
Mhm.
did, so the data used to be there in Excel sheets, and
Mhm.
the teachers were uploading them in from Excel sheets to that the website, the university website.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I figured it out that this is very like a kind of, because you are uploading the marks of 1500 students, right? One section, like one year has 1500 students over there. So
Exactly.
uh, so upper, like two or three people are uploading the marks of 1500 students, and that has to be done twice, right? So that the to avoid the mistakes, right, that those
Uh-huh.
typos things were there. So what I did, I used Selenium, and I have been working on Python. So I used Python and Selenium. This was the first time when I used Selenium in my
Okay.
life, and I automated a task where I pick up the data from Excel and upload it directly to website of the so it reduced a lot of time. Like we all were sitting in the front of computer. A Python script was running and was uploading all the marks that was there into the college website. So it was like a very helpful
Obviously,
thing.
so this makes your life easier. I mean, if you'll do this 1500 marks upload, it will take a lot of time. Here you have written one script, it will automatically execute your and you go and you have a tea. When you come back, your the job is done. So somebody else
Yes,
is for your,
exactly.
yes, you are using your knowledge to build something. It will do your work, and you are free to do whatever you want, right? So in testing field, in Selenium, if you talk about the automation part, Selenium is obviously it's a very popular tool. People use it. Then there is another tool. We generally don't always test websites. We have to test the business logic as well. So how you will test business logic? There are a lot in when you go with the if you know the development process. Every front end will connected with the APIs. Front end will ask API. API will give some data, and that data will be shown on the UI part. Right. This is how it works. So to cross validate your business logic, you need to automate APIs. So REST assured, which is being developed by Google, it's an open source library, same like Selenium. You have to import REST assured library in your Java project, and using that we automate our use cases. For example, let's suppose same perimeter wala question. If you take as example, let's suppose there's one API which takes three parameter, three sides of length of the triangles, and it gives you back the result as a parameter. You have to validate. Then it is in API format. Then how you'll do that? You use rest assured. You will hit with different kind of parameters, different values, and you will assert. Assert means you have to validate whether the result which is coming is correct or not. So
Exactly,
these are
exactly.
the exactly two very popular tools which is used, and it's a very basic. All the documentation, all the tutorials, everything is present. And being a fresher, you should also know these things. If you know the Selenium wala part, if you know the rest assured part, it's give you very high probability of getting a job. Because we are here, we are talking about we are dealing with the freshers, so you are more interested toward the job part. So that's why I'm telling you, if you know all these things, it helps you. Sometimes if you are get rejected in developer, you can land into QA side. But I'm saying that it's that day has gone where people considered QA as an inferior and
So
developer as a
one
superior thing.
question, Shishir. Actually, what motivates everyone? Like they say that developer jobs are very high paid jobs. So, and I have seen like what I have observed, and is it true that QAs are also highly paid QAs? Like we can have highly paid QAs.
Exactly. We have I have seen people who are very highly paid. uh, there are two things I want to tell you here, that it depends upon the company or organization for which you are working. So if you categorize your companies, there are three kind of company: category A, category B, category C, right? Category A type of company is kind of a Google, Facebook, Apple. You can consider all these things A category companies. Category B are kind of a like Amazon, you can consider Flipkart, Big Basket, Grofers, PayU, all these kind of companies. Category C are services based company like TCS, Infosys, Accenture, Cognizant, XYZ, more company. So if you work with the category A company, they don't differentiate between dev and QA. For them, both are equally important, and they don't have any payroll differentiation. They will exactly pay you the same which they will pay for developer. You are a developer for them. It's just like you are working as a developer for a quality side. They are working as a developer for the development side. So this is the difference, and they are highly paid. Now, top like that Google is paymaster. They pay highly to all the software engineers. They don't differentiate between the developer and the QA. You will be getting a same designation as software engineer. You will be working with a different kind of role. Okay? It's just you consider it as a different project. Coming to the category B kind of company. Category B kind of a company, they will differentiate, but they will also pay very high. But there would be some differentiation between the developer and the QA salaries. Obviously, QA will be getting less, but that is not significant. So if you consider if a developer is getting 30 lakhs annum, QA would be getting 25. If you are equally equipped with your knowledge, you will be getting 25, developer will be getting 30. Right? This is the second differentiation. If you talk about the tier C company, over there, developer and QA both are getting very low salaries. Like they are getting 10, 12 lakhs as a developer will be getting 10, 12 lakhs as a salary. QA will be getting 8 lakhs, 6 lakhs, these kind of. So they are all over there. You cannot, enhance your career in developer also, because they are not. If we talk about the salary part, so over there they are not giving you much salaries because they are being a services based
So
company.
you are saying,
They
so
have
you are
their
saying, if
own.
you are QA, you can, like, you have to jump from category C to category B. So if you want to be
If
highly paid in
if
QA
you
as
want
well,
to be
right?
high, if you want to be highly paid in any job, you have to jump to category C to category A. It's not about QA, it's not about dev, it's not about product manager, it's not about any other data scientist kind of a role. Everybody, if you want salary is your big constraint, and if you want to earn big bucks, you have to jump from C to A for any role.
That's yes, exactly, and that's always the motivation of everyone is, right? Everyone tries to go high, like, in their
Mm,
this ladder of the
mm,
life, right? That's fine, that's fine, that's really very motivating, and very like insights are really clear, and will might help our audience also, right? Because I really find the content useful, right? You, whatever you told was really very true about
mm.
the jobs you are
And
talking
Piyush,
about
if
the
you
technology
consider,
you're talking.
if I'll talk more about this QA part. If so, there are two basic differences between kind of work QA does in product, like category A kind of a company and category C kind of a company. The picture which freshers get, they have the kind of a perception toward QA. That kind of work is done in tier C or type C kind of a company where
Exactly.
you won't be doing any programming nowadays. I mean, Cognizant informs that they are also doing a lot of automation. They don't hire. They have reduced the hiring for the manual tester. Everybody wants an automation tester, but
Yes, yes, yes. And when it
but
comes
the
to automation, you cannot differentiate between a QA and a programmer, because, like,
exactly
QA and developer, because the QA is has the knowledge of the programming language. He should be coding. He should be writing scripts. He should be
exactly
writing those automation scripts which are similar to programs. Just the thing is, and he has to know the knowledge of the code base also, like the product. Then only they will be able to write the correct
exactly.
scripts.
So if we talk about the Infosys kind of a setup or Accenture kind of a setup, so they have, since they are very large organization, they have their employee base of 2 lakhs, 3 lakh. That's why they have a separate department, dedicated department. But as you move into the ladder, like B company or type A kind of a, they treat everybody as a software engineer. They don't have any distinction between QA. They want you should know everything. Right now you are doing a QA job, but if I'll give you a developer job, you should be able to do a dev work as well.
Exactly,
So now
exactly.
in 2021, you should be ready. If you are being, if you have a mindset that I am a developer, I will not test. This is not true. If you go to a tier one company or tier two company, or a type A or type B company, you are being selected as a software developer. You might have to do a testing job as well. Whatever the code you are
Exactly.
writing, you have to own your code. You have to test your code, and then you have to ship your code to the production. Same things apply to the QA job as well. For QA, your primary area of interest is QA. You will be doing more QA, but at times you have to do development. You have to ship to the production code. So you have to write. You should know how to write software, in production grade kind of quality. So if you are working with a top grade A company, it doesn't matter whether you are QA, you have dev, you have to do both the things. QA has to do developer work, and QA work, developer has to do QA and dev both. But if you move in from A to B, B to C, then your role become differentiating, and developer will be doing purely developer work, and QA will be doing only QA. They will not be allowed to do any development work,
Yes,
or developer will
exactly,
not be allowed
exactly.
to do any QA kind of work.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
agree.
a lot
Totally
of
agree
people
with
they
you,
are
Shishir.
asking whether QA is a quality assurance. Yes, QA is quality assurance. Quality assurance is same as software testing. Both are interchangeable word. People use differently. Software tester, QA, these are SDET. SDET is kind of a new phenomena where people having quality mindset and experience of a developer is called SDET. If you are being hired for a SDET role, that means that position assume that you would be primarily doing work with the quality side, but given a chance, you can write code, you can develop software as well. So you should have a knowledge of developer as well.
That's really great, Shishir. That was really a helpful session. Like, you have given a lot of content, right? Lot of ideas to think about. My major motive why I brought you is so that people should know there are different things, like there are different roles in the company. They can focus on different profiles, different designations when they're targeting to crack the companies, right? They should not be thinking of only the development part. They can think of other roles, and like DevOps are there.
Exactly.
I will be bringing one of my friend who is working for DevOps, right? I will bringing him also, because that is
DevOps is
also very
very
interesting.
fascinating. It's a very fascinating
Very,
field.
yes,
DevOps is a very fascinating field. QA is fascinating field. Product manager, a lot of engineers are going into product management field. This is also a very good field, right?
yes.
Net,
So
there is
generally,
one field,
there are a lot of
networking.
scopes. It does not mean that you are going to only be a part of development team. It could be, because generally what happens, you go through a training period, and on the basis of that, your team is actually decided, right? This is what happens when you enter the IT world, right?
And
So
plus, if I'll talk about, since we have not talked much about DevOps here, and Piyush will be calling somebody who is expert in DevOps. I'm not into. I'm just giving a perspective. There are a couple of companies they pay more to DevOps compared to developers.
exactly,
If
because they
you
have
see
more,
the
they have
designation
larger
SRE,
responsibilities.
if let's suppose you have been hired to Google to maintain the infrastructure, it's a huge task. Writing codes is very simple compared to maintaining the large number of servers farm they have and the load they bear every day. They they give very decent salaries to SRE people or infrastructure people or DevOps people or whatever you want to say.
Yes, 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 exactly. So I will be bringing more and more people, more and more experience with you, like here only. So stay tuned, guys. Don't worry about it. And Shishir, I would like to thank you that you have given so much of, like, you have shared so much of knowledge with our audience, and we
Thank you,
are
Piyush.
about to. Thank you, Shishir. We will be taking your services like on further sessions as
Sure,
well.
whenever you need
I'll
my
keep on
help, I
calling you.
will be available. I will be able to, whatever knowledge I have, I want to guide people, like, because they are freshers or they are into college.
That's really
I was
help.
also
Like,
in college, and at that time we didn't have that kind of a resources. Right, right
exactly.
now, at least they have their kind of a guidance over here. So absolutely, I will happy to help you anytime.
Thank you, Shishir. Thank you very much. I'll see you again in the future
Sure,
sessions.
thank you, thank you, thank.
So, guys, this was Shishir having like lead of QA at PayU, currently working over there. So, why I called him is actually the reason is you should be knowing about different possibilities that are there in IT world. You should not be bounded about like coding thing. You should not be like coding is there, programming is there. You have to do programming, right? But besides that, there are different, like, you are not going to be like, it's not the thing that you are only going to be a developer. There are different options that you can be DevOps, you can be QA, you can be working with different teams. Whatever you find of your interest, you can go into that particular field, right? You can select. That's why I'm bringing the people from different domains, different uh, departments, so that you can find your way, your direction, that where you want to move on. They will be sharing they will be sharing their ideas, and will try to motivate you. So this was all about today's session. I hope you have enjoyed. You might have got something fruitful. It's not possible for me to answer all everyone's query, right? If you want them to be answered, you can put them in comment sections. I will be replying them one by one, right? So okay, thank you guys. Thank you very much. This was all about today's session. And at last, I would like to say that be safe, keep updating your skill set, and keep coding. Right? Thank you guys. Thank you very much.